Hello everyone, Jace the Blind Sculptor here, back for another deck tech and game video collection. My fans have been demanding more videos, so that's what I'm here to do. I'm just kidding, I don't have any fans. I'm gonna go Temur again. Sorry for the boring repetitive decks, but that's what I like to play, and no one really watches my videos, so I'm just gonna do videos on what I enjoy playing. Alright, so we've got what's the correct order here? Fire, Justice, Primal, which is called Temur and Magic. Similar to a deck tech I did previous, but this has set 4 in it, so we've got Market and Merchant, a couple other things in there. This is the list I'm playing. Yeah, I was playing Levitate as a like 2 of, I think, just to help break Aegis, that kind of stuff. Just the cycle was fine, never great, but usually fine. Um, Then it got nerfed, costs 2 now, so that's out, unfortunately. I didn't think a 1-mana cantrip was too overpowered, but apparently it was. Alright, so first off we got units. Valkyrie Enforcer. It's just one of my only ways to deal with certain things like Mokdo. I mean, I do have 2 polymorph also, but versus was it Dawnwalker? It's basically the best answer for Dawnwalker. They'll usually attack with it even when it's silenced, and then I can just trade. 1-for-1ing a Dawnwalker is tough to do, but Valkyrie Enforcer's probably the best way. 4 Whirling Duo, I mean, just always great, right? Windchest Merchant, I went with a green market, mostly for the board wipe, harsh rule. So the 5 slots I like to play in these control mid-range type decks are land, in case I flood out, need to hit Ikaria. That's also why I went with green and red, because that's the toughest to hit with the Ikaria influence requirements. I need some kind of relic removal, which isn't that hard to do in these colors, but this is a pretty good one. I've had people scoop when I played it on their Chalice on turn 4, so it's pretty good. Cheap removal spell, board wipe, and then finisher. I could play Ikaria here, but I've got 2 Ikaria main. I don't know. Ikaria in the market would also be fine. So yeah, 3 Windchest Merchant. I only play the 3 and not 4 because it's not that relevant of a creature on the board when I play it, unfortunately. Maybe if I were to play Shadow or something, the 2-1 with Deadly would be a great merchant to just have on the board, but yeah, only the 3 of. Sometimes I don't really have a lot to get with it when things are going slow. A couple of higher cost finishers here. Ikaria, obviously. Not too many creatures overall. It's mostly just spells, and then I use weapons to finish it off, usually. And the weapons are especially good against control decks, like Feln or something. 2 Permafrost. This is the card I put in instead of Levitate. It's okay. It's kind of a non-bow with my weapons because I can't hit them if they've got a creature permafrosted, but you know, shuts down some stuff like Mokdo again, Dawnwalker. Sword of Ikaria, fine, not great. That's why I have 2. Early game it's good. Later on it's, you know, not usually that useful. Runehammer is almost always good, especially if I can get it with Rise. Get up to a 6. Can usually kill a Titan or something like that if I need to. Daisho, again, it's fine if they have small creatures. Seek Power. Finally got a premium Seek Power, so that's nice. 4 of, obviously, steep influence requirements in this deck. 3 Torch, pretty standard. And I've got 4 Wisdom of the Elders, 2 Strategize, help me get my fixing. Yeah, it's pretty solid cards. When you've got dead cards in hand, Strategize is almost like just draw 2 and then dump the useless card on the bottom. 1 Unsealed. I was playing 1 more, but since the nerfs recently to Accelerated Evolution, spell decks aren't as popular, so I cut it down to 1. It's okay. Interestingly, it doesn't hit enemy relics, just curses and spells, so found that out the hard way. I was saving it for a Xenon Obelisk. Didn't work out. So that's unfortunate. I wish they would print one that costs 2 that could counter a spell or relic, but it is what it is. It's relevant sometimes. You can counter, board wipes, obliterate to finish it off. 3 Vanquish, just a efficient removal spell for big creatures, usually, almost always relevant. Hailstorm, so I've got, no, this is actually less board wipes than I thought I had. 2 Harsh Rule, 2 Hailstorm, and an end of the story. End of the story is pretty good. The tribute can be kind of hard to hit sometimes, but the warp can sometimes be relevant, and there are times where it's just a blowout with that tribute. It's real good, and usually the 1 extra mana won't make a difference. I've got some cheaper ones if I need to really board wipe early. Polymorph or Moktos and such. 2 Rise. I did have 1 Rise to the Challenge in my market, but that's just like too many steps. And I haven't found Rise to the Challenge that useful a lot of times, honestly. You can go get something, but spending your whole turn to go get an Ikaria, unless there's not a lot happening, can be a real tempo loss. And then just the power base. The ability to play all 3 scout lands is great. That was the one thing about this deck versus the version that played Shadow instead of Primal, is that one had more scout lands before this last set came out. Now they both have 3, so it's pretty nice being able to scout a lot. It puts you a turn behind, basically, like you're playing with all your power entering depleted, but it's not that big a deal usually. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got. Let's get to the games.